Welcome back to this special show. We do have breaking news now, and this comes into us from Arun Giri. This is the first response of the Tata side to the explosive 5-page letter written by Cyrus Mistry. Remember, this is the first response coming here on CNBC-TV18 live from the Tata camp to the allegations levelled by Cyrus Mistry in his letter. Arun, point-by-point rebuttal. Please take our viewers through the details.
Yeah, I had to do a quick call, Shireen, to come back here. Shireen, the first point is, the source is saying, how could Mr. Mistry have been a lame duck chairman if he has claimed so much credit in the letter for the performance of the group? Number one. Number two, they're saying, why did he not come out in the open for so many days? Number three, why did he not open up about any of these issues in any of the previous board meetings? Number four, they're saying that the removal is as per the articles of association. Mr. Mistry in his letter is nowhere explaining how is it illegal. If the board meeting was conducted as per the articles of association, it was conducted as per the provisions of the Companies Act, Mr. Mistry should explain how is it illegal. The next point, they're saying that such a scathing criticism of Mr. Ratan Tata in the letter. But a few months back, even a few months back, Mr. Cyrus Mistry was publicly praising Mr. Ratan Tata. So, this seems, quote unquote, the person says, this seems like a political drama and an emotional outburst. So, this is the point-by-point reply that I have. And finally, I think I kept on asking that Mr. Mistry is saying in the letter no explanation was given to him, to which the reply is that the board has or must have material which in the interest of the group has not come out now. The operative word is now.
Let me just pick up on that last point, Arun. So there is a suggestion there, and a very clear suggestion, that the Tatas have something serious that could be revealed, something serious on Cyrus Mistry, for instance. Is that the suggestion there?
See, yesterday also, I think, when this point came up, that why no reasons have been offered, and when we kept on asking these questions 48 hours ago when we broke the news, yesterday and as well as today, I think the reply from the Tata Group or the sources there from Mr. Ratan Tata side or Tata Trust side has been that how would a board, such an eminent board, come to such a big decision without material in their possession and without documentation? And when there were news day before night, and which obviously were not true yesterday or day before, that this was heading to litigation and Mr. Mistry had already filed a petition. At that point, the sources there from Mr. Ratan Tata side indicated that if the court seeks, we will give an explanation. We will give the reasoning. We have the documentation. Shireen, when you take such a big decision, when you have people of the eminence of Justice Ravindran, Mr. Chidambaram, Mr. Parasaran, these are old war horses, of the Indian legal system. How would you take such a decision without proper documentation? So finally, you may not accept the reasoning, but to say that it does not exist might not be correct. So the indication that we have is, again I'm repeating this sentence, the board has or must have had material which in the interest of the group has not come out now.
Okay, and I just want to point out for the benefit of our viewers, this is not an official comment from the Tata Group. This is what our sources, Tata insiders, are telling us, telling our colleague Arun Giri. Lata and Saurav, a quick word on the story that Arun has just broken. Lata, let me come to you first.
Well, if this is all they had to say, I think it's a very poor defense. I mean, to say that, how can he claim that he has no freedom when and still claim that he has performance? Well, I think the letter is clearly saying that in spite of not having freedom, I have been able to show so much performance. It looks like a slightly weak defense. Why did he keep quiet so long? Well, that was a question Saurav has been raising and everybody has been raising. Mariwala raised it, Rajiv Kumar raised it. I thought there would be something more explosive from the Tatas to rebut what Cyrus Mistry is saying. If all that they're saying is, I have this in my envelope.
They're saying wait for it.
Okay, yeah, exactly. So let us wait for it.
Lata,
This is a bit of a lame defense.
Lata, no, but Lata, we will have an explosive. Lata, I must say that this is the initial, this is just the initial response and not a point-by-point charge. See, the fact that, this is my interpretation, the fact that such a detailed letter has come from Mr. Cyrus Mistry, I wonder how will the board not reply. This letter has gone out to the board of Tata Sons. The trustees have been marked on it. I will be surprised if the Tata side does not respond to this letter. Whether they get down to the specifics that Mr. Mistry has mentioned is another matter altogether. But if this is a bait, if Mr. Mistry's letter is a bait to the Tata Sons or to the Tata Group to come out and take him on and therefore, you know, drag them into a public perception battle, then in that case, it will be a very strategic call on behalf of the Tata Sons or on behalf of the Tata Group, whether they want to get into it or not. We all remember some of the previous corporate battles whereby one side kept raising the pitch, the other side decided the best course of action was not to respond.
Okay, well, Arun, I might just add that the source who gave me this letter, Shireen, said that this was drafted by Mistry's lawyers. So clearly, even he took legal opinion before he drafted this letter and perhaps was fully aware that it is going to be contested.
Well, Shireen, I just want to interject here with one point. I'm absolutely with there is no doubt that the seriousness of the letter, the allegations mentioned therein, will definitely draw a response. And I completely agree with Arun on this, that I don't think if this letter has made such charges that the Tata Group, given the situation we are witnessing all around, is going to keep quiet and let it play out. So obviously, and people have been marked on it, they I'm sure are going through all the points raised there. And I'm sure the Tata machinery will come into play and point-by-point rebuttals will come in. Now that itself, what points they raise will have to be seen over time, and I believe it is getting into a stage where, you know, this battle of allegations and counter allegations and defenses will play out over the next few days.
I think it's getting into a stage where we cannot plan our next news show because we are quite sure that it will be hijacked by the next letter from the House of from either of the two parties. Go ahead, Shireen.
We've been held hostage to the Tata story, but Arun Giri, thanks very much for another big news break. Saurabh Mazumdar, Kritika, Lata, Prashant, thanks very much for joining us to decode the developments of the day, and perhaps we're not done just yet. With that, it is time for us to wrap up this CNBC TV18 special. From all of us here, goodbye. Many thanks for watching.